Hi, everyone, and here's our devotional for Monday, May 3rd, 2021, entitled Perennials. Do not withhold your tender mercies from me, O Lord. Let your loving kindness and your truth continually preserve me. Psalm 40, verse 11, NKJV. To gardeners, there is something very satisfying about perennials. Every spring we wonder about the soil, the mulch, and those aspects of the garden we tended to in the winter while the plants were dormant. After the somber tones of winter, we find ourselves very ready for spring's gift of color. Never too soon the faithful and colorful perennials pop up from the ground. And when we see that certain perennials have multiplied and spread during the winter, that additional and unexpected color is truly a bonus. Whether we plant irises, hydrangeas, roses, raspberries, or hostas, their reappearance year after year is a lovely illustration of God's grace and forgiveness in our lives. When we are in a spring season spiritually, we remain close to our life source, gathering nourishment from His hand. In a spiritual summer, we are blooming and remain steadfast. We can weather the storms of most of the droughts. But at some point, our bloom fades and withers, the weeds of sin overtake us, and we find ourselves in a season of spiritual dormancy. But think about the perennials. Much is happening during their hidden existence in winter's garden. Similarly, much is happening in our soul that we don't see, but God is still very much at work. Perhaps He is softening the soil of our heart after life's hurts and disappointments have created a protective crust. Or maybe He's gently watering and loosening the soil of our heart, preparing for the seeds of a new direction, a new ministry, or a renewed excitement about our relationship with Jesus. God is at work even in seasons of your heart that seem dormant, that lack color, and that seem to bear no fruit. Be sure that He continues to pour out His grace so that, like perennials in the garden, you will blossom again and again, adding color to the world and joy to people around you. Precious Father, thank you that even when I feel I'm in a season of dormancy, you are not distant or idle. Instead, you are ever faithful to your promise to work grace and renewal in my heart and my life. And He is. I can attest to that. He is ever faithful. In fact, oh heck, I'm going to give a praise report. Yesterday, just there's some stuff going on, in my life, so please keep me in prayer. And I was thinking about just to my mind came the armor of God that's found in Ephesians 6, starting with verse 10. The helmet of salvation, the shield of faith, the sword of the Spirit, the blessed breastplate of righteousness, the belt of truth, and the shoes of the gospel of peace. Um, I was thinking about that, and thinking, wow, I used to be so diligent at putting that on. And my pastor, Wes, texted me the scriptures that we were using for that night's service, and he said Ephesians 6, and I said, oh, I can't believe it. How ironic that, and actually the service was such a blessing. You're hearing this almost a week after it happened, but yeah, it was such a blessing. I felt like we had church last night. I mean, really, it was awesome. But anyway, I went way off the subject. I love that she says that about, perennials and how it's like there's the snow and, everything like that, and the bulbs are just like ugly or whatever, but wow, they're transforming. It's hard to see that, like I said yesterday, we don't see the big picture. We don't see the transformation God is making in our lives. And also, I have to say this too, but every spring it's so cool because Mom will get so excited. She's like, "Oh, the crocuses are coming up and the daffodils are up." And I love that. I love to hear about the flowers that have come up, and that's really special. So praise God for that. And may the Lord bless you all and be with you till tomorrow.